Okay. I'd like to call to order the special meeting of the Lafayette Common Council. Please stand for a pledge to our nation's flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, will the clerk conduct a roll call, please?
Heidi?
Here.
Clinker?
Here.
Reynolds?
Here.
Campbell?
Here.
Brown?
Here.
Allersmeyer?
Here.
Williamson?
Here.
Downing?
Here.
Nargi? Quorum present.
Okay, you've received the October 2nd and October 5th minutes. Are there any corrections or concerns with that, Mr.
I
Campbell?
move those minutes be approved as communicated.
I second.
Second. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, first on the agenda here is the second reading for ordinance 2017-37.
An ordinance fixing the salaries of the appointed officers and employees of the City of Lafayette, Indiana for the year 2018, excluding the sworn protective occupation and law enforcement members of the police and fire departments.
Okay, Mr. Brown?
Madam President, I move that we hear and approve ordinance 2017-37.
Second.
Okay. Are there any questions or concerns, or Mr. Mayor?
I mean, I'll keep it brief. We went
Okay.
through it in great detail at the last meeting. So the next three ordinances are the salaries. It's a 3.5% raise for our city employees. Like I said, there were certain positions that we have evaluated, and we're able to do that in-house that deserved classification changes. So those are included in here also for those positions, but the basic raise is 3.5%.
Okay, any questions or concerns about 2017-37? Okay, not any questions or concerns from the audience? Okay, will the clerk conduct a roll call vote, please?
Heidi?
Aye.
Clinker?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downing?
Aye.
Ordinance passes 8-0.
Okay, next one is ordinance 2017-38.
An ordinance fixing the salaries of the sworn protective occupation and law enforcement poll members of the police and fire departments of the City of Lafayette, Indiana for the year 2018.
Okay, Mrs. Williamson?
I hear that we move and approve ordinance 2017-38.
Mr. Downing?
Second.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns about this ordinance from the council or the audience? Seeing none, will the clerk conduct a roll call vote on 2017-38?
Heidi?
Aye.
Clinker?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downing?
Aye.
Ordinance passes 8-0.
Okay, ordinance 2017-39.
Am I read it?
Oh, sorry. I was waiting for this.
Oh, good, it wasn't me.
An ordinance fixing the salaries of elected officials of the City of Lafayette, Indiana for the year 2018.
Okay, Mr. Heidi?
Move to hear ordinance 2017-39.
Mr. Clinker?
Second.
Okay, any questions, concerns about this ordinance from the council or the audience? Seeing none, will you conduct a roll call vote for 2017-39?
Heidi?
Aye.
Clinker?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Brown?
No.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downing?
Aye.
Ordinance passes 7-1.
Okay, next is ordinance 2017-40.
The 2018 budget ordinance, an ordinance appropriating money for the purpose of defraying the expenses of several departments of the city government of the City of Lafayette, Indiana for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2018 and ending December 31st, 2018, including the outstanding claims and obligations and fixing the time when the same shall take effect.
Okay, Mr. Campbell?
I move for passage.
Okay, and Mr. Reynolds?
I second.
Okay,
Awesome.
Mr. Mayor?
Madam President, ladies and gentlemen of the council, Mr. Jones will give the kind of the bulk of the presentation, but as we stated before, we did make some cuts to the budget. Actually, we didn't end up having to cut quite as much as we thought that maybe we would have to. I want to thank the council for their support, and over these last several years as we've worked very hard to help the community continue to grow and our businesses to expand, and quite frankly, it's paying off for us. So we did cut the general fund portion down to just exactly right in that area what the growth quotient is. We were able to go up in a few other areas. Some of that's good because our edit and our co-it's actually growing up because of our economic growth would allow us to do some things, and we'll also be getting some additional road funding from the changes in the gas tax law. So some of that increase you'll see there is actually a good thing. It's because we're actually going to be getting more money on that to do more road projects. So we're very pleased where the budget has ended up. We feel it's a solid budget. It meets the needs of the community and provides the services that we want to provide, but still lives within our mean and keeps a cushion for us and make sure we can continue to do those things and don't put ourselves in a financial, a bad position. So with that, I turn it over to Mike Jones, our city controller, who will give you a few more of the details.
Thank you, Mayor. Mike Jones, controller. As I mentioned at our last meeting, we did need to cut the budget a bit. The budget at that time stood at $53,936,380, which was a 7.5% increase in the 7 property tax funds. And overall, the budget was at $66,708,000.
That would be going
I do that all. I get the decimal point in the wrong spot. $66,708,203. The budget is sitting before you, excuse me, is now for the 77 property tax funds, $51,913,080, and overall $64,697,403. One area that didn't get cut was our parking operations. Between the time that we had met previously and now, we had been using a contracted employee for security, for parking enforcement, and all-around ambassador. And this gentleman has done a great job, and we've always gotten outstanding compliments on his job. Well, turned out he was looking to go elsewhere. So we were able to get a hold of him and hire him, but it did add some perf and some insurance to that fund, about a $12,500 increase. But we really feel that given the job that this person has done, it's well worth it. To cut the budget, our health cost, I had put a 12% placeholder in, came in at 8.6. That's where the bulk of this came from. We did look at capital expenditures. Those that could be maybe reduced in scope, delayed, look for donors or grants, or look for other funds to place them in. And an example of that would be the McAllister Center fitness and program areas which need repainting, redone, and we move that to the Parks Non-Reverting Fund, which is an appropriate use of that. Lastly, we looked at personnel costs, determined which of those positions we truly needed versus wanted, then looked at when we could realistically hire these folks and adjusted for that. We looked at potential retirements, made adjustments for that, and same with the temporary and seasonal workers. We are facing increased pressure, salary pressure to hire these folks, but we do want to keep the best, but we did cut some of those funds as well to get to the point where we are today. So it is balanced and it will pass muster. So I appreciate all the work that the department heads have done to help us understand what they needed and how to make this whole thing work. So any other questions, be glad to answer.
Any other questions from the council? Any questions from the public? And thank you for all the work you've done.
Yep.
So we need, this is an amended budget, so right now we need a motion to accept the amended budget.
So moved.
Second.
And second, okay. So now we need to roll call vote on the amended budget. Okay, will you conduct a roll call vote on the amended budget for 2018?
Heidi?
Aye.
Clinker?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downing?
Aye.
Amended ordinance passes.
Okay, now do we have to go back and vote on the first motion that we had on the floor? No, so we're okay. Okay, so now we can go to ordinance 2017-41.
The 2018 GLPTC budget, an ordinance appropriating money for the Greater Lafayette Public Transportation Corporation as required pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1 1-17-20.
Okay, Mr. Clinker,
I move we hear ordinance 2017-41.
Mr. Heidi?
Second.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, Marty Sinnott, General Manager, City Bus, along with Amy Burnett, our Head of Administration. I understand you've already reviewed this once, but was not able to be here. Glad to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions from the council concerning their budget? Any questions from anyone in the audience concerning this GLPTC budget? Okay, hearing none, will the clerk conduct a roll call vote for 2017-41?
Heidi?
Aye.
Clinker?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downey?
Aye.
Ordinance passes 8-0.
Okay, now we have one other item here, miscellaneous and new business, the council appointment for Eric Rhodey to the Police Merit Board. Mr. Campbell?
I move that Mr. Eric Rhodey be appointed for a 4-year term, 10/19/17 to 10/19/21.
A second.
Okay, great. Are there any questions, comments, concerns? Is this a roll call or voice?
We can do whatever.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, thank you. Okay, now's the time for public comment. Does anybody in the public like to speak? If you do, come up. You have 3 minutes and be courteous and respectful to everyone. Anybody? Mr. Campbell?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same
All right.
sign.
And I need all you guys to sign these forms.